Okay, let me just go. It's possible that I will start attending the same church with them. So that was how I went to this program that very Thursday or Friday. It was a youth week. I suppose it was during the choir administration. I saw God fearing. God fearing was number one. Then kindness. Yeah, good afternoon, friends. Good day. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I remain your friend, your brother Emmanuel Osahon. All right, today being the 6th day of the month of April 2024. 3 more Saturdays from now, I'll be getting married to the love of my life, the person of Pamela. Nete. All right, there have been different talk, different engagement, different chats with friends, with loved ones, even with relatives, onto how I get to meet with Pamela, even her friends, male and female, chat, all of that talk, and maybe somehow most persons weren't expecting me being the one, they thought it would be as her husband. I tend to open up to some extent to some of these persons onto how we got to talk at the time, and communication and all of that. But in this video, trust me, I'll be opening up to you all you need to know, all you have to know, and if need be, comments. I'll respond to every comment on the comment section if you need more clarity. All right, when I growing up as a young boy, maybe at a time came in my life, I thought it would be necessary me having a list. I think basically, if most persons can still be doing this even till now, having a list of the character or the stuff you want from your woman. I remember the number one thing I wrote there was God fearing. God fearing was number one. Then kindness was number two. Then smart and intelligent. Then the last one was beautiful. That my wife must be beautiful. 4 things I wrote that I was always running with in my university days was that my wife must be God fearing, she must be kind, she must be smart, she must be intelligent. Then the last one was she must be beautiful. So with this on my head, I was always watching out, going about my daily routine and all of that with this mindset in any group I find myself, in any gathering and all of that. Then the time came after my university days, I said, no, there's no point for this. I remember taking that write up and I cancelled everything. I said, I'm not going with this. God, let your will be done. All right, this is my case. I don't know about you. I'm not saying you should cancel the things you have, and I'm not saying you should stop using the things you have been. So that was, with that thought out, then I graduated from Delta State University, Abraka, and when I came home after some time, and I needed to start a church, being that I was attending the campus fellowship on campus, and I came home. There's no assemblies of God around my area. I needed to start a church. Then basically almost the same time, my brother Amos is his name, and with my sister Christy, they were attending a church around my area, not too far from my place, and they were having a program this week. And that very given week, okay, I said, okay, let me just go. It's possible that I will start attending the same church with them. So that was how I went to this program that very Thursday or Friday. It was a youth week. So during the course of the program, I remember, the praise, the worship. I was sitting down with the audience and choir administration. I suppose it was during the choir administration I saw Pamela in the choir ministering. That was the first time, my first sight of her. So when I saw her, she was pretty, she was smart. I can relate to it then, as she was basically involved in most of the singing. He played a major role, even as I doubt if she was the choir mistress as of then. So that was the first time I met her and I liked her. I never told her anything that very day. We never met. That's how we close. We went home. So, being me, I love God. I love gathering with the brethren. I love the things of God. I started the church, New Covenant Gospel Church, with my siblings, Amos and Christy, and we started fellowshipping there Sundays. After subsequent time, like 2 or 3 Sundays, I thought it was not proper me just coming to service a church, sitting down and listening to a message, all of that. I needed to join a department. That was how I joined the ushering department, and things begin to go somehow. I was not part of the youth, even still functioning as my in the ushering department and all of that. So that was how things were at the time before I now have to start preparing for my NYC. I did my registration, and somehow I I remember before I went for my NYC, which was in Lagos. How I got to Lagos now, I remember, we had some meetings with the youth. I became either the evangelism or follow up leader, or somehow, yeah, evangelism or follow up leader. So I left for my service here in Lagos State. Then 2019, there's this program I normally do around my birthday, Purpose Matters. I get to meet with adults, youth, teenagers, communicating to them who they are, why we are here, purpose, fulfillment, what life is all about according to scripture. So it happens that I was to do this program around September in New Covenant Gospel Church Powerhouse. So in 2029, all preparation was made, the arrangements, the word, the message, the refreshment, and every other preparation that has to be made was made. And that was how I left for Benin September. Then, I remember that program that very day, weren't supposed to be the very day of my birthday. I remember the election that I was supposed to hold on the 18th, so I have to come a Saturday before that. Before I forget, at this time now, my brother is already the president of New Covenant Gospel Church Powerhouse, and she happens to be the assistant president. So during the preparation, I was always wanting to make her involved in the preparation with my brother, being the president and the assistant president of the fellowship, so it would be more easier, having to get things done, having to relate with the youth, to making them to being around that very day of the program was actually very necessary. So I was kind of always telling my brother how far, what about